Dirt, where we explore the beauty and the power in the parts of life we usually try to avoid. I'm your host, Carrie Linton. I'm not a therapist or a guru, but I am a curious, compassionate observer of the human experience. This podcast is for anyone navigating the messiness of life, faith-filled, or just trying to figure it out. We talk about real issues, emotional resilience, and the kind of wisdom that helps you lead life with love and more intention. So, if you're looking for something honest, soul-nourishing, and rooted in truth, you're in the right place. What were you doing during the ice storm of 2025? Maybe you were lighting candles, bundled under blankets, worried about the food in your fridge going bad, trying to keep the kids calm, also me. Today, we're talking about storms, literal ones, emotional ones, spiritual ones, what they reveal in us, and how we can weather them well. In this episode, we'll talk about what natural disasters reveal about the human nature, how to show up for others and yourself during hard times, why appearances don't always tell the truth, and how faith, emotional grit, and community help us survive during a storm. By the end of this episode, you'll walk away with a deeper perspective, encouragement for how your own storm may be going, and maybe even grace to give to others who are weathering storms of their own. Storms remind us that we're not in control. No matter how organized, wealthy, or well-connected we are, nature doesn't take instructions from us. During the 2025 ice storm, titles didn't matter, the number of followers you had didn't matter. What mattered was just your story, how you showed up. Did you check on your neighbor? Did you share what you had? Did you try to keep the peace? Because in the storm, character rises to the surface. That's how we know who we truly are when we're put in difficult times. And I saw something so beautiful during this time. Those with generators opened their doors to anyone needing to stay warm. Strangers helped clear driveways for everyone else. And people provided food and blankets to strangers. Organizations responded with love. Landlords gave their tenants grace. People were just being human because life was happening. That's leadership. That's legacy. That's what we remember after the storm passes. Let's talk about this. You've heard the saying, cash is king, right? Well, when the storm happened, debit machines, credit machines stopped working. They were down. People were only able to pay with cash or give a verbal agreement that they would pay them back. Your trust, your character is what mattered when all else failed. In a world that we put tech above touch, these moments remind us that when systems fail, it's the human condition, trust, truth, patience, kindness that becomes our greatest resource. We need each other more than we need anything else. But I want to say this plainly. Yes, God allows nature to take its course, but that doesn't mean he's absent, he's not distant, and he's not indifferent. He is with us in the storm. Psalm 46:1 says, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. You'll find him at the knock of the door, someone asking if you're okay. He's that inner calm that says, all is well, this too shall pass. Isaiah 43 reminds us, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned. He never promised that life would be stress-free, storm-free, but he did promise that we would never go through it alone. And he keeps his promises. This is the thing about storms. They're not all icy, they're not all loud. Some are silent, a diagnosis, a betrayal, a loss you can't explain, a decision you can't undo. The same truths apply here. Your story matters, your response matters, and you're not alone. Someone might be dressed well, but have no food in their fridge. A company might look polished, pristine, exciting to work at, but it could be full of dysfunction. A person might smile in public and cry in private. Have you ever been there? I've been there. You can't always tell what someone is carrying. That's why empathy matters. Everyone has something. That's the human experience. That's the human design. If life feels like it's going high and low all the time, it likely is. Take a breath. Life is lifing. It's like an EKG, one of those reports at the hospital. Spikes, dips, movements. It looks scary, but it means that you're alive. You don't want a flat line. So if today feels like a low, don't panic. You're in motion. You're growing. You're still here. Thank God that we could be here together. Let your faith lead you. Let your emotional grit carry you. You don't have to be perfect. Life is not perfect. That's the design of it. But you do have to be present. James 1:2-4 says, "Count it all joy when you face trials, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. You will not come out of the storm the same." Because perseverance builds strength, and strength builds stories. Stories build people. So keep showing up, keep choosing grace, and let your life be a light in someone else's storm. If this episode moved you, share it, leave a comment, and tell me, what's a storm you've been through? What did it teach you? You're not alone. You're not broken. You are becoming. We were designed to ride the waves, to stand in the wind, to thaw after the freeze. Because even when the world is cold, God is still with us in the storm. Until next time, stay grounded, stay human, stay open to the beauty in the dirt. I love you so much. One love. This podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a replacement for therapy. If you need support, I encourage you to go and seek help from a licensed mental health professional.